Whoops. Hello everyone. So it doesn't actually appear that my co-host is here right now for some reason. So but I will say that the show must go on even without my co-host here. So let me go ahead and do um, our normal notice about that we are now going to be live streaming. So let's see. So let me go ahead and set up that live stream note for us. So so episode 3 is live streaming now, everyone. So check it out. So let's see. So now let's go ahead and we'll get our opening music rolling for today. Our brand new opening music, brand new for this week. All right, so let me go ahead and find the a music here. So
brand new, John.
Yes, it is brand new, Nick.
How about it?
Where
it's always better, right?
Where is the opening music? Because I'm telling you, like it's wait, that wasn't it. It did not actually play, but so all right, so let's roll the opening music here. So I'm going to share it in stereo quality for you all. So here we go.
Welcome to Funniest Part of My Name, a podcast about math and Korean culture, with a side of humor. For information about our podcast, please visit www.johnoaks.com.
And now here are your hosts, Professor 승찬 and Nick.
And
John, that's beautiful. I love
it. Yes, it really is, Nick. So
I love it. 100% approved. Hundo P on that, John.
Welcome to week 3 of our podcast, our very first and last third episode ever. And well, we're going to kick it off a little bit differently this week. So we're going to get to a little bit of news first, and then in our second segment, a little bit of Margarita trivia to celebrate National Margarita Day. And if Nick wins tonight, there's a year of ribs on the line. And then we'll end with some Korean news and other items of interest. So Nick, there was this article in Forbes this week called "Why Hearts and Souls Are Vital Components of STEM Education." So and I'm going to actually bring it up so that I don't actually say the name of the teacher incorrectly here, but it is. Oh, you know what? I can't remember where the rest of the article went. But here's a quote from the article, Nick. "As a teacher and promoter of STEM education, I believe we can boost empathy and create more mindful, sensitive, emotionally intelligent STEM professionals by starting while students are young, before their values have been fully shaped. It's not enough to develop just their minds. We need to teach more than technical proficiency, 21st century skills in securing employment. We must give equal importance to their hearts and souls so that they can learn to see, hear, and understand others, people that don't necessarily look like them. So what do you think about this, Nick? Do you believe in the sentiment that in order to make any change in STEM education in the fields of the science and technology, engineering, and math, that equal importance must be given to hearts and souls, as this quote from Forbes magazine says? Go ahead, Nick. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I think it's really hinting on the soft skill side of people's abilities, the emotional intelligence, the EQ we hear more and more about every year. It kind of started in business school, and now it's really spreading to all different fields and all different levels of schooling. And I think to have a successful career in any field, STEM included just as much as any other, it's absolutely critical to have skills in those areas, heart and soul, I believe it called them, which to me kind of resonates with that softer set of skills and your ability to read people and interact with people and understand people, comprehend people. I think that's just part of what is required to be able to work effectively and constructively with other people and be able to navigate different situations with people who are not exactly the same as we are as individuals.
Well, I think that my personal comment about this, Nick, is that I really, I think that it would be, like, in a way, somewhat controversial for some educators, maybe to like have to like take on all of these extra duties of trying to teach these skills in the classroom. So what are your thoughts to maybe the educators who might feel that way, or the general public who might feel that way, Nick?
I don't think it should be the responsibility of every single educator to try to educate on these fields and topics. It's I think too much of an ask to expect every single educator to hit on those subjects. I think there needs to be designated individuals and designated classes that focus on that, but to expect that every single teacher and every single medium is going to have the right background and the proficiency level and experience to instruct on those subjects, and two, that the person's going to have room in his or her curriculum to do that, I think is pretty impractical. And there needs to be certain places where it makes sense to cover those topics with students, in places where you need to focus on the math, the science, the technology subject matter. It's not every single class that you're going to be getting that. And I think that's kind of the same. I mean, you don't learn about English in math class. You don't learn about Spanish in chemistry. I mean, things have to be compartmentalized still.
Well, going along the line of technology that you mentioned, Nick, there was an article in, let's see, where was it? It was in Interesting Engineering this week. And like after the last couple of weeks, that I like the military articles and national defense articles. And this one, the headline is U.S. military to have 3D printing factories and shipping containers. And so the U.S. Department of Defense has contracted X1, the global leader in industrial sand and metal 3D printers, to develop a self-contained 3D printing factory that operates from a shipping container. These portable 3D printing facilities would be deployed whenever needed for a wide variety of military-focused purposes. The regular-sized shipping containers will be quick to deploy and won't require a lot of technical knowledge to maneuver. And X1's printers will be able to print using over 20 different metal, ceramic, or composite materials. So what are your thoughts on this, Nick? Do you think that the technology there is good enough that the military should be using it for defense purposes? And what are your thoughts on the fact that like it said right there in that summary of it that I read, that these printers won't require a lot of technical knowledge to maneuver, but then do you think that it would be easy for like the code of the printers to be hacked because not a lot of technical knowledge is required? I mean, some of the things here to me don't seem like they're necessarily very safe, even though they might be somewhat technologically advanced. What are your thoughts, Nick?
First part of the question, without knowing exactly what the applications are of these 3D printed items, it's tough to say whether it's sufficient for the purpose it's meant to serve. But I suppose I will trust that the military is doing its due diligence to vet out whatever these parts or components are going to be, to make sure that they are in fact sound for whatever purposes they're going to be serving or whatever equipment they're going to be a part. The second part of that, I think you have to balance out from one side what should be the user level of knowledge in order to operate it. I think 3D printing has come a long way since its inception a number of years ago, that it is now easier for people to operate without having a deep knowledge in modeling or computer aided design or engineering. There are children and everyday people who use 3D printers now to do a lot of different things. And I think you can kind of compare it with, well, back in the 80s, you needed to be an expert in the field of computers to operate a computer. But nowadays, anybody operates a computer and does a lot of different functions with a computer. So I think that's just showing the natural progression of the technology. Now, the security part of it, I don't know what the correlation is between how easy something is to use and how easy it would be to hack or invade by a hacker. I think there's probably some correlation there, but again, the military tends to have some of the best, antivirus technology there is. So I think they need to make sure they're doing their due diligence to ensure that this new concept is the right mix of user friendliness and electronic or having the right electronic protection against individuals who might try to hack in the system via these mobile printers, as you described them.
Well, who else is making a mobile printer now, Nick, is Amazon. Did you hear that there is a new project by Amazon called Amazon Build It that, well, first of all, Nick, have you heard of this Amazon Build It project?
I'm not aware, so if you can give me a quick synopsis, much appreciated.
Yeah, so on CNBC this week, there was an article that says the headline, Amazon launches a program like Kickstarter that lets people vote on new products to build. And so one of the products is an Alexa-enabled cuckoo clock. Another one is an Alexa-enabled smart scale. So that would be something like where you weigh, say, blueberries, and then you could also ask the scale, Alexa, ask the scale how much sugar is in the blueberries. And the third thing that they have is a sticky note printer where the printer is voice enabled with Alexa, and it will print like post-it note reminders or your shopping list or a Sudoku puzzle or mailing labels or whatever it might be. So what are your thoughts on this type of new technology, Nick? And then if there's one product that you would say that you could have voice enabled like this to make your life easier, what would it be?
So it sounds like Amazon's trying to get into the manufacturing business or industry or sector a bit here. I mean, I know they've diversified into a lot of different areas. I don't know if manufacturing is really the right one, or if it's going to eventually incite some kind of anti-monopoly protocol by the government or something, as Amazon continues to spread its web into all different kinds of services, and I guess in this case products, actual branded products. So I guess I haven't had enough time to think about that yet, just learning about it right now. The other part about what would be really helpful to have be voice activated, probably certain more, I mean, maybe an actual new model year car has some of these features, but I think certain features in the car to be more or better voice activated might provide some additional safety by not requiring the driver to use a hand or to visually move focus from the road to some kind of manual control or to do something in the car. I think might offer some additional safety. And I think there are some things in the car that I certainly would enjoy just being able to voice command and have it happen. As an example, the turning on my cruise control, it's still the little stem on the steering wheel column. And because I don't use it that often, when I try to use it, it does require my mental and visual attention to move from the road looking through the windshield to finding the controls to turn on or to adjust the cruise control. So something like that could be voice activated, I think for me personally, and for probably a lot of other drivers, would be a great additional safety feature.
Well, you know what I would like to have voice activated, Nick? The next commercial break. Alexa, take a commercial break.
You would.
닉이 지금 내가 하는 말을 알고 쉬는 날에도 똑같이 반복할 수 있다면 그는 1년 동안 갈비뼈를 공짜로 얻을 수 있을 거야. 어떤 일이 일어나는지 계속 지켜보세요.
All right, so now welcome back from the break. So here for our next segment.
What a guest.
We have a special guest.
Wow.
And so we have Alex here for segment 2 to celebrate National Margarita Day. So actually, Nick, you heard our commercial break. So can you tell me what was said during the commercial break, Nick?
Yeah, that it's a podcast about math and Korean culture and some humor.
Oh no, and that's a nice try, Nick. But it actually said that in Korean that if you could say what was said during the commercial break, that you would win free ribs for a year automatically. So unfortunately,
Guess I
you
don't
did
get
not
'em
win
then.
the free ribs automatically for a year, Nick.
It's
But
not really, John, it's not really automatic if I still had to do something in order to earn that. That's not automatic.
oh no, automatically if you could say what was translate what was said during the commercial break, but
But that's not really automatically means you just get it for nothing. I mean, that's you're kind of obscuring the terminology here.
I mean, I don't know.
Like this is
I
rigged
guess
against me, as it
I
usually is.
don't think it's rigged, but I mean,
Mhm.
what do you think, Alex? Does this seem rigged to you?
So what's being spoken of right now? And are we talking about free margaritas? Because there's no rigging when it comes to free margaritas.
Well, I mean,
No, just how John sets up competitions that involve me in general. I always feel like the odds are stacked against me.
I don't think that they're really stacked against
Well,
you,
when
but
John's the one finding all the questions and answers.
Exactly.
well, I don't
Exactly.
really,
Thank you for being on my side, Alex.
I don't
Appreciate
really
that.
think that there's anything that like I don't think that this is really my fault. But okay, so let's get to the
I guess not.
margarita trivia. So
Oh boy. Do I start off
now,
with a deficit here?
Done some brushing up, huh?
well, I mean, all I can say is that if you win the competition, Nick, then you get free ribs for a year.
What kind of ribs are we talking here, John?
Well,
Like
maybe
baby back or spare?
maybe it's the McRib. All right,
The
so
McRib's not available all year, so don't try to pull the wool over my eyes with that, okay?
well, I mean, hey, what can I say? So I'll even start off with some pretty easy ones. All right, so when was
Wait, does Alex have a role in this, or is this just to put me on
yeah,
the
like
spot and make me look
it's
foolish?
really that I am going to. If you win against Alex, you get the ribs for the year, Nick.
And
So-
if Alex
so
wins, then he gets the
setup,
ribs.
what's the setup of this game here? Are we taking turns answering it? Are we doing this like
Well, no, it's I'll make up that part as we go.
Of course he will.
talking about stacking the odds, you know?
Yeah.
Here's question
Exactly.
number one. So
For
when
who?
was the margarita invented? So Nick, when was the margarita invented?
1828.
All right. Yeah, that is wrong, Nick.
Of course it
Alex,
is.
is it 1938, 1948, or 1958?
Why is it multiple choice for him?
Well, I said I would make up the rules as I go, Nick. So
Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary.
So what do you think, Alex? Which one?
What were the options?
38, 48, or 58?
Wow, I would have thought sooner. But then again, you know what? It seems like such a one of those like atomic housewife drinks that was thought up in the United States. So I would say about 58.
All right, let's see. Well, I that's I don't know where the
You don't even know the answers, John? All right, that by default, that's a correct answer by us, okay?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, so we'll figure this out. Don't
Can I
worry.
drop off the call? I'm already disappointed.
Well, no, like
Hey, if Alex wins, does he get the ribs then? How does
No,
that go?
I know the answer. It was unfortunately, Alex, it was 1948.
Oh, I was off.
So, but nice try though. Like you
Yeah.
were closer than Nick's guess of like
Well,
what was it?
He was going to be
1920
closer
something?
regardless, John, because he had choices that were all closer than what I said.
Well, right, but that's okay. So
Is it okay, John? I don't feel so okay.
here, Nick. I'll give you a choice this time.
Oh boy,
Uh,
I feel like this is not
True
gonna
or
help me.
false, Nick? The margarita is the most popularly ordered drink.
Like in the world or at Mexican
Well,
restaurants?
you have to
or
figure that part out for yourself.
by you?
Right. So, true or false?
The margarita is the most popular ordered drink. All right, I'm trying to do a little reverse engineering of your logic here. I'm going false.
All right, Alex, what do you think?
Logically speaking, I would say that that's pretty true.
And true is correct. So Nick, two wrong now.
Yeah. Well,
so all right, Nick.
What was the John? Now that you want to put me out of my misery now, just tell me like what the grounds were of that question.
It's that in 2008, the margarita was the most ordered cocktail. It was followed by the martini, rum and coke, vodka tonic in the Cosmo.
Is this worldwide or what's?
I have no idea.
John, these questions
website.
are so rigged.
All right, Nick, here's your next one.
Wait, how many do I have to get right to get the ribs?
More than Alex.
Okay, so Alex has one right.
How many does he have to get wrong before I get the ribs?
Wait, no, he never said that you get the ribs at all. That has not been established yet.
Well, but no, because Alex, I'll take you to Bugsby for wings. All right.
Bugsby,
so that,
nice.
Yeah, so that's even better than the ribs. All right,
no,
Nick.
It's not. No, it's not. Here, Alex, let's do a little collusion right now. Whoever wins the ribs will share the ribs with the other person.
Well, no. All right, Nick. On average, how many margaritas are consumed by Americans per hour?
Per hour.
Yes, per hour.
Per hour. 0.15.
What?
All right, that's wrong. Alex, your choices are...
There, Nick, but shoot.
Yep, Alex, your choices are 100,000, 180,000, or 200,000.
Oh, I thought you went per person. Wait, read the question again. The way you...
100,000?
I'm going big with that one, because that even seems low to me. I think there's too many Mexican restaurants for there not to have people drinking at least 200,000.
Wait, did you say in the United States, John?
I said by Americans, not necessarily in the United States. They could be Americans drinking outside of the United States, Nick.
John, read the question.
So that number should totally go up.
John, read the question. Read the question over again in its entirety.
On average, how many margaritas are consumed by Americans per hour?
Okay, all right. I misconstrued the question. I thought it was
well, Alex. It was
question.
It was 185,000. So I'm giving that one to you as correct. So you have two now. All right, Nick.
Boy. So I don't have to answer correctly. He just has to answer incorrectly.
Well, pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Nick,
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to get them all wrong. I mean, there's zero chance of getting right.
What country has the best market for tequila sales?
What the hell does that mean? Best market?
Yes.
What, John? You need to define what these questions even mean.
Well, it's.
I go best market would probably mean the most purchased. That's my girlfriend's an MBA, and I feel like if she was here, she would totally be saying.
I am too, and I don't. I mean, I feel like can I choose the answer that I need more information to be able to answer this question?
That's incorrect, Nick. All right, Alex,
of course it is.
The choices are the United States, Mexico, or Spain.
Ooh, that Spain is a wild card, Alex. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the wild card.
But it has to be obviously wrong. Like it'd have to be the Americas that would have the largest.
The United States is correct. So that's 3 right for you now, Alex. Very good.
Good job. Good job. You kind of just stumbled your way into that one.
Well, I said Americas plural. I didn't specify.
All right.
Exactly, but somehow John
but this
helped you out there.
This isn't like Wheel of Fortune where you have to.
No, it's not at all like Wheel of Fortune.
Exactly right.
I'm not spinning a wheel.
It's more like Wheel of Misfortune for you, but
it is exactly. Yes.
Which part of the United States accounts for the majority of the nation's margarita sales?
Which region you said?
I said which part. It might not necessarily be a region, but which part
So of course I
But you
have
did
no
say
idea.
United States, though, right?
of the
Yeah, he said
United
which
States?
part of the United States. So this could mean a region, this could mean a state, this could mean a city. Who the hell knows what this actually means? So
I mean,
because I have zero chance of getting this right, my answer is seedless watermelon.
Well, no, Alex.
I'm saying actually before you even say anything, I'm gonna say the Southwest.
Well, it was the South, but that's close enough. All right, I'll take it. So
I think you should only give him
we got
50%
Okay,
credit
yeah.
for that because he said Southwest or he said
well,
it was
like I
only
said, Nick, this
half
isn't
accurate.
we're not as strict as Wheel of Fortune here. It's not like a spelling bee. Like we have to give a little bit of like compassion to our guests today.
Oh,
Remember our previous story about the soul and heart of
yeah, I'm not feeling any soul or any heart from you right now. So
well, I mean, I feel like I am the heart and soul of the trivia question. So
maybe you should extend some heart and soul to people on here because I'm not feeling any from you.
all right, Nick, I'll give you you know what, Nick, I'll give you a freebie here. Well, all right.
I feel like even though this is a freebie, it's still gonna end up costing me.
So what ingredients were used to make the first margarita? Here, I'll actually give you choices this time, Nick.
Wow.
So
all right.
Choice A, tequila, lime juice, and salt. Choice B, tequila, lime juice, and contrario. And choice C.
What was that? Tequila, lime juice, and what?
Contrario.
Cointreau.
COINTRE.
Cointreau. It's Cointreau. It's French.
AU.
I have no idea.
Like I said, Nick, like this isn't like French class or English class.
Clearly, it's not because your pronunciations are horrible.
Or Spanish class or German class or
let's hope not.
Any class where they would be judging you for your pronunciation. So,
okay,
and
good.
choice C is just tequila and lime juice.
I'm gonna go with choice A: tequila, lime juice, and salt.
Oh, so close. It was tequila, lime juice, and Cointreau. Okay. Nice try, Nick.
Yeah, thank you.
I even tried to give you a freebie with the choices there. So
Alex, it's my turn though. I get to answer, right?
Yeah. Well, Alex, I'm giving you a different one. So
yeah, you're welcome.
Which of the following is
tequila, lime juice, and that Cointreau?
Yes. So Alex, which of the following is not one of the biggest margarita drinking cities? St. Louis, Nashville, El Paso, or Atlanta?
You know what? You said what is not one of the biggest?
Right. What is not one of the biggest margarita cities?
I feel like El Paso is definitely not the right answer, but if you say El Paso, somehow you'll still get the question right.
Well, I mean, that's where it's getting me because you would think El Paso would be the only one on the list.
Alex, that's correct. It's El Paso. Very good. So, great work. All right.
You could have said a city that wasn't even in that list, and you would have had the question right.
Well, Nick, I know that you
more so than any of the other options.
Now, Nick, this is another one with the date, so please don't guess anything from the 1920s again. But the world's first margarita machine was invented in what year?
First margarita machine invented in what year? And I'm not allowed to answer anything in the 1920s, even if the answer is in the 1920s.
Well, I can guarantee you that it's not the 1920s. I gave you a freebie.
First margarita was 48, so it has
That's right. That's right. All right. First margarita machine. So 48, 1974.
Ooh, that wasn't one of the choices, Alex.
You never gave me any choices, but okay.
1952, 1963, 1971, or 1977? Now I'll eliminate two of the choices and tell you that Nick was close. So it's either
Oh.
1971 or 1977, Alex.
So 71 seems too soon after.
1971 is right, Alex. Very good. So now, Nick, we're down to two questions left. So,
Oh, good. Well, John, can we just cut the commercial break and just put me out of my misery because I can't possibly win anymore?
well, but that won't be quite fair to Alex.
What do you mean? Me forfeiting? How would that be not fair to him? I'm throwing in the towel right now. That's fine. I don't care. I'll take the
ready
embarrassment.
to throw in the towel?
I'm throwing it in. It's in.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well,
all right,
okay.
Alex.
I mean,
the two that Nick forfeited on were the restaurateur who invented it, Mariano Martinez, was based in which city? And that would be Dallas, Texas.
Oh, it's American, not even Mexican. Okay, all right.
Well,
that's what I was thinking. Margaritas are definitely an American thing.
That's true.
Well, no, yeah, so that's probably true, but it didn't actually say that it was invented in Dallas. It just said that that's where the inventor was based. So he may have invented it outside of Dallas, but that's where he was based.
He could have been like on a trip in Mexico and be like, oh, well, this.
Yeah, it could have been there, or it could have been like Minneapolis or something.
Yes. Yeah, all right. Well, I would say, you know what, Nick, it's time for our commercial break here.
Thank goodness.
We'll have to say goodbye to you, Alex.
Alex, it's been real.
But it's
always
been
a
real,
pleasure.
Alex. So nice having you on.
Congratulations
the show.
On your victory.
And congratulations on winning against Nick, or at least making Nick lose tonight.
Making Nick lose. I think that was your job, John.
That was a great showing. So
what a win.
I almost feel sorry for you, Nick.
Almost.
So let's go to commercial break here. So here we go. All right.
Are you a business owner? Don't forget that Employee Appreciation Day is coming up on Friday, March 5th. And we have the perfect gift for your employees. The brand new Funny is Part of My Name mug exclusively on www.johnoaks.com. And now back to the show.
Oh, man. Employee Appreciation Day, March 5th. Everybody remember that, okay?
Yes. All right. These commercials are great, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I'm enjoying them. You're plugging your merch, which is excellent. I hope that those are successful.
Well, I truly hope so too. So
good. We finally agree on something. How about that? What a milestone.
And actually, I found out that the very first podcast mugs actually are on the plane here to be delivered. I got the notification earlier.
John, can I get a comp one?
Yes, I'll give you that.
Wow. Thank you, John. Can I get it signed?
Possibly, but
all right.
But first, let's finish our show tonight with some news out of Korea. So this one goes with our alcohol theme of the night, Nick. So now I actually don't know why it's on this website, or I actually don't even know where this website. Oh, maybe I do know where this website is. It's called Middle Class, but it's a website out of Singapore. And so the headline this week was, all right, where is it? It's popular Soju brand Height General collaborates with Orion and launches sour candy soju. So there's a new a new sour candy soju called the General Super Sour. And it says it comes with intense excitement and a refreshing lemon flavor, providing a different type of fun and atmosphere. So, what are your thoughts on this new soju coming out, Nick? And what are your plans for how you're going to get your hands on it? And what's your favorite soju flavor for all the listeners who want to know?
I'm not sure if it sounds good, but it sounds appealing enough that I want to give it a shot. I think it could be like a Sour Patch Kids ish tasting soju, which definitely has me intrigued because I do like Sour Patch Kids, and I suppose it might resemble in a certain way like a sour beer. So I am interested in giving it a whirl because of those correlations. How am I going to get it? Well, you're usually my soju hookup, so I will definitely anticipate that at some point in time, John Oakes, the professor himself, will in fact have a supply, and that I will get to sample some courtesy of him. Favorite soju? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Oh, favorite soju? I think I tend to be a fan of the strawberry. I wouldn't say it's a far and away favorite, but when I really think about it right now, I think the strawberry one tends to be at or toward the top.
Well, yeah, and I think that according to the rest of the article, the people who have tried it have said that it's a beautiful blend of sweet and sour flavors and a perfect drink for people who hate the bitterness in regular soju or fresh soju. And but also though, I'll say that the people who wrote this article said that their favorites were the grapefruit and green grape sojus, but I would say that my favorite is probably the strawberry, followed by the top soda. But is top soda really a traditional soju? No, but like,
no.
do I like it? Definitely. So,
Oh yeah, how do you not? But no, it's not. It doesn't qualify as traditional soju to me either.
well, changing gears a little bit here, Nick. This is another article out of Korea here, and it's about one of my favorite companies, Samsung. Samsung imagines how its first AR glasses might look in these leaked concept videos.
It's first what kind of glasses?
AR.
What is that?
Alternative reality.
Okay.
So I guess it's another. I guess another word for like virtual reality glasses. Okay. I guess, but
okay.
It says Samsung recently showed off a basic set of image projecting goggles at CES 2020. That's one of the technology showcases, and two new recently published concept videos introduce some of the possibilities of this technology. For example, using them to enter immersive virtual environments. In the videos, a smartwatch is used for navigating the virtual interfaces. Samsung is rumored to be going back to Android for its next smartwatch. The concept videos are available in the article on, and it's called the Verge if you want to go see it. But what are your thoughts about these new glasses? Are you thinking that alternative reality is something that you would be interested in, or do you think it's just another fad and it will be another failed product like lots of other virtual reality products have been in the past?
Me personally, I really couldn't care less. VR and things like that, at least for personal use, don't interest me really at all. Without having seen or viewed a demonstration of this new product, it's tough to say what its true viability will or would be. But as virtual reality or I think you said augmented reality was what AR is written out all the way, or alternative reality, I think you said.
Yeah, or augmented or alternative reality, yeah, either.
Okay. I think that has certain uses for different kinds of training programs for multiple fields. I think it could have a purpose there, possibly. I
So,
haven't
like, if you
witnessed
could,
this, so I don't know for sure.
well, I mean, if you could, like, put on these glasses and, like, you give a little wink in one eye, and then, like, your autonomous car, like, comes, like, driving up, like, and you can signal your car with your right eye. Is that something that you would want, Nick?
Not personally, at least not right now.
But you're okay with a voice activated car?
Well, that's not the same thing, though.
I mean, what if you're in a situation like you're at a bar and you're getting harassed and you can't really, like, say, like, Alexa, pull up my car, I'm trying to escape, but you can give a little wink through your Samsung glasses and your car will pull up and you can jump in and escape. Would it be worth it then, Nick?
Depending on what the price is for it and how reliable it is, possibly. But I suppose isn't, like, if that's the situation, which is pretty specific, wouldn't the easier solution with today's technology to be just to leave, just to walk out of the bar if you're getting
Well, I
harassed?
mean, like, it's not necessarily that easy. Actually, I saw an article earlier today about two, like, well, actually, it was a guy on TikTok, and he saw a lady being harassed by an older man in a store, and so he went over to her and pretended to know her and said, "Hey, um, let's go. Like, our aunt is waiting in the car for us." And he documented it all on TikTok, and the lady just thanked him, saying, like, the guy had been harassing her for a few minutes, and she was thankful just that he realized it and came over and helped her. So, like, so for her, maybe, like, having some glasses that could signal that she needed help could be useful. Who knows? So I can see a situation where a little signal from the glasses might be useful. But let's move on to our last. Well, maybe I have a couple of more Korean stories of the day, Nick. But this one is about. Well, it's from monsterchildren.com, and the headline is "Watch Your Records Float on This Levitating Turntable." And South Korean designers Jiho Seo and Jimin Huang have been tinkering away at a levitating turntable that floats your records while they play, thanks to coils and electromagnets. So, what are your thoughts on this, Nick? Like, is it something that you would want? Do you listen to any, like, vinyl? Do you have any vinyl, or how do you think this invention compares to some of the other inventions we talked about earlier, like the Amazon cuckoo clock and the Amazon voice-enabled printer?
This sounds like a flop to me. If it's going to be for retro vinyl records, I don't see how this is going to be a success, because I think a big part of the appeal of people who are interested in collecting and playing vinyl records is using an old school vinyl record player, and I think part of that retro appeal to it is, again, having both the records themselves and the corresponding player from the same era and time for that music, or at least that music medium, is like, it's kind of a package deal. So I feel this concept of having vinyl records but playing through a much more modernized device is very counterintuitive, and I think, again, you're taking a very small customer base who actually still either possesses or wants to possess more vinyl records, and then essentially expecting or asking them to graduate to a more modern device to play those records. It doesn't seem like, one, there's enough appeal, and two, that there is even a big enough market to make whatever the cost of this technology is to develop and produce worthwhile because of your potential or lack of potential for sales.
So, Nick, I will say that where was it? And I actually have this the numbers. Well, actually, I don't actually know if I have the. I'm looking to double check that I had the most recent numbers, but I guess all I can say is that the vinyl. Oh, actually, this was a. So I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Nick, but how many vinyls do you think were sold in 2020? Just in the United States alone, Nick.
Does this include like resale of existing ones or new ones?
I actually don't know.
Because how much new vinyl is really made every year now?
Actually, quite a lot. Actually,
really? Okay.
So right now, Nick, in 2020, 27.5 million LPs were sold in the U.S., and that was up 46% compared to 2019, and up over how much? 30-fold compared to 2006. So I do think that the sales are on the rise, and actually that 27.5 million LPs sold in the United States last year accounted for 27% of the overall album sales in the US last year, which, like, that includes like CDs and streaming music services. So I think that's pretty good. So if it, like, if I were in the market for a new record player, I would consider buying it, but unfortunately I'm not. But what I am in the market for, Nick, is your last joke of the night. And
my last one, I didn't realize they made any prior.
And so we're going to go to one final commercial break, and when we come back from the break, it will be time for your usual closing joke of the show. So
can't wait.
Thank you for listening to Funny is Part of My Name. We'll be back with more right after this break.
Isn't this great, Nick?
It is. I'm enjoying this. This voiceover is excellent.
Thank you for listening to Funny is Part of My Name.
You know what? I don't know why she's repeating herself, but
she just didn't want to go away, John. She was enjoying it as much as we are.
Well, yeah, I guess that could be the case, Nick. So now, before we go to the closing, what is your last joke of the evening?
Okay. John, how would I describe my ideal date?
Well, I would say like maybe 2 eyes would be nice. Maybe some. I see you. Maybe you like somebody with black hair. Maybe. And a battle scar on their back.
Incorrect. The right answer, so close, but the right answer is month, day, year in that order.
Well, all I can say is I hope that the viewers laughed more than I did, Nick.
Yeah,
So,
well, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress them. So,
but nice try, Nick. So,
it's the effort
that's
that
it
counts.
for this week, everyone. So, here's our music to close us out.
You've been listening to Funny is Part of My Name. Please visit www.johnoaks.com for resources and recordings from past episodes. And don't forget to join us back here next Monday for an all-new episode.
And